Welcome. I'm Meredith. This is the Oasis Spiritual Empowerment Tarot. All about tarot, oracle, and empowering you. And another unboxing. Now, if you missed one of my latest videos, I recently did an unboxing of The Beloved Dead. This is by Carrie Paris and Tina Hart. Now, because I really like that, I basically turned around and ordered this pretty much right after I unboxed The Beloved Dead. So this is the Relative Tarot, and it's by Carrie Paris. Now this deck's been around for a while, but if you missed my previous video, you may not be aware, but ancestor work never really called to me in the past. So it just really wasn't of interest to me for a while. But something is stirring. And actually, there's a really special deck that I think really precipitated all of this for me. And I will be doing a thorough review of that deck very, very soon. It's way overdue, and I'm so sorry. But in the meantime, let's take a look at this. Now, it's in a huge box. And I'm not going to read it. I'll pause. You can pause it and read it if you desire. But it's a really nice box. Who am I? What have I come here to do? How do I find my soul's truth? A guidebook for the diligent diviner. Love that. And then, of course, we have the cards. Ooh, they're gilded. Fare thee well, till next we meet. Okay. These are pretty bags. There's a beautiful simplicity to them. Love the gilding. And then for size, a little taller than standard tarot, a little wider, but nothing, crazy. So just a quick look at the guidebook. We have acknowledgments, an introduction, the major arcana, birth, and annual cards. Talks about your tarot blueprint, calculating your birth card, annual card. Then we have the minor arcana, body, heart, mind, and spirit. Inner expression and soul cards, a blueprint review. Then we have court cards, the significator, how to determine it. The 9 tarot blueprints. This is really interesting. The way it looks like it's been broken up. So it talks about blueprint combinations. Huh. So this is interesting. So very different from what we often see with guidebooks. But let me get into these cards and then we'll take another look. So this is interesting. So let me see. So if you want to see if you want to find a specific card, I guess you can look under the blueprint. So for example, So this is really interesting. So, so here we have the Magician, right? The Magician is number 1, so 1s and 10s are associated with it. Then we also have 19, 10, and 1. So for 19, we have the Sun. 10, we have the Wheel of Fortune. 1's the Magician. So if you look here in the guidebook, so I don't know. 1 and 1. I'm not sure what that is, but here we have the 10 or the 19, 10, 1. So we have the inner expression as the Magician, the outer is the Sun, and then the Karma card is the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, so these are the possible. I get it. So you either have 1, 1, but that's archived, it no longer occurs. We have the 19, 10, 1, and we have the 10, 1 with the inner expression as the Magician. The outer is the Wheel of Fortune, and the hidden is the Sun. So, I guess whatever number comes first is going to be the outer expression, and then inner. Right? No. I don't know. But anyway, I guess you have to look at the book. Or maybe you know, because this deck has been around for a little while. So maybe you have it, you're familiar with it. I'm not. It's really pretty cards. The Emperor. So I'm curious to see if we have a Fool at all in this deck. We might not. So I don't know that this is meant to be used like a regular tarot deck, or if it's strictly meant to be wonder if I got 2 Lovers instead of a Fool, because they look oh no, they're not. I was gonna say they're exactly the same, but they're not. So you have options for Lovers, which is really nice. There we go. So we have male and female, male and male, female, female. So that's quite nice. I'm still looking for the Fool, but there's something so charming about the artistry. I love this of this deck. Oh, so we have options for strength too. So then did we also have... Yep, Justice, and I missed it. So you can either do Justice at 8 or Strength at 8. And then you can do either Strength at 11 or Justice at 11. So for me, I'm pulling out... yeah, I'm going to have Justice at 8. And Strength at 11. Love that. And I love the way these feel. There's a sort of, you hear it? It's like almost kind of cardboardy, but in a nice way. You know, it's like a thick papery feel. But there is a coating. I love this moon. So I genuinely have nothing planned with regard to how I'm going to use this deck. I just wanted it. And I really, really like The Beloved Dead. So that was a big part of what prompted me to get this. Oh, here's the Fool. So Just babbling and looking. Okay. So the aces. That's really interesting. I like how that was done. How cute. It's just charming, honestly. That's fabulous. Yes, I just figured if I'm going to be using the Beloved Dead deck, maybe I should add this one in. Love the Knight of Cups. He looks like a proper dandy, doesn't he? He's fabulous. Yeah, it's so funny. I just love the way the art has been combined like this. Oh my goodness. That is super fabulous. Sometimes when the gilding, you just need to kind of bend it a little bit. And, there we go. Pop apart. And I love the colors in the background. So for the pentacles, we have that green. For wands, we have a sort of, well, not always, but most often, we have like a blue. What do we have for cups? We have blue. Maybe it's not. Trying to think, is there a big difference between the wands and the cups? It's not huge, but I like that for the pentacles. It is, it is a big difference. You know, with that green. It is so cute. And now the swords. That's interesting. I like that. It's that posture. Fabulous. That's interesting. Okay, so let us give this deck a shuffle. Maybe I'll add in the beloved dead. You know, lay them out with them. Oh, beautiful, beautiful shuffle. Now this is a guidebook that I will read. And see what's going on. I guess maybe we should look at the Hangman. I already read one, but it's quick, so let's go ahead and read another. Shuffles really nicely. They spread out pretty easily, actually. So, borders are okay. I'm, you know, not a super big border fan, but they don't bother me. And I do think they kind of add to that sort of photographic kind of quality. So, let us see. So the Hangman is with the Empress in the Universe, which could have guessed by 21, 12, and 3. So it'll show the combination, and on each of these cards it has that same number combination. So the Empress, the Hanged Man, and the Universe all show here 21, 12, and 3. Then for the blueprint, if you have 3 and 3, your inner and outer expression is the Empress, hidden shadows are Universe and Hanged Man. If it's 21, 12, and 3, you have hidden shadow and is the Hanged Man, and that's it. And if it's 12, 3, your hidden shadow is the Universe, and that's it. Again, you know, I'm definitely gonna have to read this book and kind of figure. Oh, so we also get keywords for the cards. So maybe that was on the next page. Yeah. Okay. It helps when you turn the page. So we also have corresponding minor arcana. And then for the Hanged Man, we have self-sacrifice, visionary, surrender, renouncement and relinquishment, rite of passage, mystic, shaman, pivotal breakthroughs, self-exploration, detachment, unique perspective. And then it gives you, this is pretty cool, so then it gives you keywords based on, I guess, like that placement. So, excuse me. So, you know, whether it's a hidden shadow or inner, outer, what have you, there's something for that. So we have the blueprints, soul's urges, then we have the shadow, and then we have the threes. Just talking about threes in general. Yeah, which is quite nice. So I'm gonna have to read it. It's not that big, so it won't be, you know, it won't take long. So let me lay some out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add in the beloved dead. Just kind of see how they might feel together. Whether, let's go ahead and just add them in now. I mean, the beloved dead is an oracle, and this is a tarot, so could be a good mix. And definitely the art styles are very similar. So if you want to see the backs together, that's fine. You know, we have beautiful gilding on this as well. So maybe we'll just do it like this. And I do like that we have very similar borders in terms of size, but very different colors. Yeah, it's like, it's the little things, right? I just think that that's a really nice way to, it's a nice contrast. It makes it very easy to know what's what, you know. I mean, of course, again, this is an oracle, so it's probably not super hard, but just in case. It's just, it lends a nice something. Yeah, I mean, these are great together, which, you know, basically I expected. I thought it might be a little too similar for me, because I do often like contrast, but not always. Sometimes I like that sameness. You know, the decks that I have that are like tarot and oracle sets, I love, you know. So it depends on my mood. It depends on what I'm going for. You know, it always depends. I love that guy. I don't care if he's a snake. Yeah, I just really like this. So this is going to be really interesting for me. Just on a personal note, just to see how I end up working with them, and what a perfect time of year. You know, I feel like if this interests you at all, any type of ancestor work or what have you, what a great time to do it. Oh, and you know what? Oh my goodness. Okay. So I want to add one more deck, only because I just did an unboxing of this earlier. I haven't posted any of it. But I think it could be a nice combination. So let's see. So this deck is Talking to Heaven by James Van Praagh. So now these are mediumship cards. I went into it in the unboxing. I'll link it in the description. I haven't even posted it yet, but I'm gonna. But this was in with a haul video from Hay House. I bought a few things, and this was one of them. So these cards are basically, the idea is these are messages that you're getting from those who have crossed. And I talk in the video about different other ways you could use them if you wanted to. But I'm just kind of feeling like maybe this could be a really nice compliment if you're doing ancestor work. Certainly they look very different, right? But what I'm thinking is, let's just play. Now again, I don't know entirely how this is meant to, but say we're doing this more like a tarot, right? And we're pulling 3 and we're trying to maybe focus on, if not a specific ancestor, maybe a specific energy, or just somebody opening to someone who can, you know, help out, or, you know, whatever it is, I don't know. And then, so you might start with the tarot, and then pull an oracle. Maybe if these were representative of people, you know, whether it's people you knew, whether it's just people from very long ago, someone that's got a connection, some kind of spirit, whatever it is. And then, okay, what does that high priestess person have to say to me? You know, what is this person in the 5 of Pentacles? What is the thing that they really want to bring across to me? Or what's the lesson I need from them? Wow, how perfect was that? And then the 4 of Pentacles, that person who maybe, you know, either spent a long time holding on to things, or maybe even a little too late they began that, right? What do I need to learn from them? Drama. So, you know, maybe you'd pull like that. I mean, this is just one way, and this is just, you know, but then maybe dig deeper into it and say, I'm not going to do it for all of them. Let's do it for this one, because this one's really interesting. So we have the Five of Pentacles and addiction, right? So what's the message that this Five of Pentacles person has for me about addiction? What do I need to know or understand? The earth is our school. So like if I were to pull that in a reading, to me, that would be, I think that would be kind of a twofold message. And the one hand, I think there's a sort of almost acknowledgement, right? That if you've struggled with any kind of addiction, right? And it could be anything. It's certainly important to deal with it and handle it, but also to not beat yourself up at it, right? You know, the earth is our school, and we're here to learn and experience things, and sometimes they're less than positive. But the idea is to learn from them, right? To learn from them, to not maybe make the same mistakes, to, you know, to grow. And that's how we learn. And sometimes the best way that we can learn may not be the most comfortable, but the way that we learn best is by making mistakes. You know, if you try something the first time and you do it perfectly, how well do you think you're going to really remember how to do it? You know, whereas if you have to really work at something to get it, once you get it, bam, it's there. It's locked in. So, yeah, so it's interesting. I do quite like these together. You know, if we wanted to pull, let's just go back to the High Priestess. Just to get a little more space. But again, the same deal, right? So we have this person, this spirit with this High Priestess energy. And something about the limelight. What's important to know about it? What does she want us to understand about this limelight? And you might pull a card. And it was my time to go. Maybe it's your time to go. Maybe it's your time to go into that limelight. Has something been holding you back? You know, and the High Priestess, that's getting into your intuition, right? Has your intuition been telling you to go forward? You know, maybe to move forward into a place where there is no there's no precedence. There's no, you know, this is a new space. It's clean and it's fresh and it's waiting for you. Or maybe there are a few steps that you can take with the help of others, with the guidance, with the experience of others, any others, right? So that you can get to that limelight. So you can really shine. And, you know, this speaks strongly to me too about your path. And maybe up until now there's been some hesitation. You know, maybe you're on it, maybe you're next to it, and you're just like, I don't know if I should move forward. I don't know. Maybe it's hard, maybe it's scary, maybe you're not sure. It is your path. It's time to go. Yeah, I really like these together. I'm so, you know, I love it when, you know, it's just kind of, you know, these wonderful synchronicities kind of happen. Now, I mean, obviously, I bought this, and then I bought this, and I did, you know, certainly buy this. But while I did buy this because I like this so much, this was like a completely separate thought process and everything, but I like them together quite a bit. I'm really looking forward to digging deeper into all three decks. And I do think I'm going to be using them together. So, it's probably not how it was intended, but that's just how, one way at least, that's calling to me right now. And as always, I reserve the right to change my mind, because I do all the time. But I will be reading the guidebooks for all of them, really. So let me know what you think. Again, this deck has been around for a while, so I'm curious if you have it, how it's been for you, what it's been like. How have you enjoyed it? So let me know in the comments, what do you pair it with? And until next time, just be wonderful to yourself. Be really, really wonderful, because you deserve the best, only the best, all the best, and that is my wish.